The Democratic Alliance is holding a national day of action today across the country to oppose Eskom's proposed electricity tariffs. This follows Eskom's request for a 36% tariff increase on top of the already approved 8 billion rand make-up tariff for next year. The political party says Eskom has increased electricity prices by 450% since 2007, placing unbearable financial strain on South African households and businesses. The mass action comes ahead of an urgent debate in Parliament scheduled for Thursday, where the DA will formally oppose Eskom's demands. For more on this story, we cross to our reporter Nosipho Radebe, who's at the protest for us in Johannesburg. A very good afternoon, Nosipho. So what are the DA and others around them saying?
Very good afternoon to you, Nompu, as well as our viewers there at home. So we are here outside in Braamfontein, outside the council here, where I'm joined by the DA. So they're holding various pickets, as you know, across the country, all 9 provinces. And here in Johannesburg, we're here in Braamfontein for that protest. And that's just over, as you mentioned, that tariff hike that Eskom is approaching, wants NERSA to grant them. And it comes off the back of already increased electricity prices. This year alone, in July, municipalities implemented an increase in electricity prices around 12% there. AfriForum had challenged NERSA over that, saying that many of these municipalities had not submitted cost of supply documents to show why they to show actually that that the tariff that they were asking for was in line with the cost of supply. But also here in Johannesburg, there was that 230 Rand surcharge that was very contentious. And it also comes off the back of those, these 15-year high interest rates. So consumers are battling already with no money in their pockets, and electricity prices are continuing to climb. But I'm joined here by the DA's caucus leader here in Johannesburg, Belinda Kezia Njoko, to talk to us more about these pickets and what the plan is for the DA going forward. Belinda, a very good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon to the viewers.
All right, Belinda, talk to us then about these various pickets that have been held, as I mentioned, across the 9 provinces. Now we're having one in Johannesburg. Talk to us about that.
Basically, it's to represent our residents as the Joburg caucus here. This is why we decided to picket at the council chambers. Not only have this council, the city of Johannesburg, increased the tariffs, in addition to the NERSA increases, they have also added on a 200 Rand surcharge excluding VAT. And we're saying residents are already struggling with the cost of living. It's all good enough, good and well, that now we don't have load shedding, but people have already started losing jobs. Businesses have already started closing, and now they're lumped on with an increase that is just simply unaffordable. And as the DA, we're saying enough is enough. We can't keep on adding while corruption continues. People are not being held accountable. For example, we have a lot of vandalism, for example, in Johannesburg. We have yet to see how many people are actually being held accountable for economic sabotage and have big sentences, but yet the city and the NERSA keeps on adding charges to residents. So residents are paying the price for government's inefficiencies. And we're saying it's enough as the DA. And in Johannesburg, we will not take it. We are standing here to represent our residents who have already voiced to us that there are people who are sometimes 12 days without electricity, and a lackluster attitude from the city to address some of these concerns. And I'm sure you know that the DA has written to the MMC of Finance at the time, MMC, who's now the mayor, to talk about the 200 Rand surcharge in addition to the 12%. And just to put this in perspective as well, if you look at since 2007, if you look at increases, the increase in electricity charges is about 450% increase. And we're saying people cannot even afford to buy bread. In some areas, people do not have electricity. In some areas, the 200 Rand surcharge is being lumped on. People are getting less units for the electricity, for the money that they are buying. So they have less money in their pocket. And then to add insult to injury, government is adding more insult to residents so they have less money in their pockets to actually take care of themselves.
So Belinda, talk to us then about the way forward. You know, these pickets are these pickets a series in many?
It's a series of many. One, obviously, some of these are being tabled in Parliament, as you know, and we're standing in solidarity for residents, for citizens of this country, that the DA will always be on the side of the citizens of this country, and the DA will always be on the sides of the residents of the city. That we're saying it cannot be that people are not, officials of municipalities, officials of government, of Eskom, are not being held accountable while residents are paying for some of these inefficiencies. We're saying hold the officials accountable, do not add more electricity tariffs while people are continuing to be lumped with a higher cost of living as well.
Thank you so much, Belinda. That was the DA's caucus leader here in Joburg, Belinda Kaiser Echizionjoko, just talking to us about that picket. And just finally, Nompu, very quickly, that picket comes, obviously, as Eskom says, that those tariff hikes will go towards maintenance, operations, and so that's why they're asking for that money. But back to you in studio.
Thanks very much, my colleague there, Nosipho Radebe.